Welcome to our latest video, where we'll explore the top 10 U.S. cities in Alabama most affected by climate change. From rising sea levels in Mobile to intense heat waves in Montgomery, these cities are facing unique challenges brought on by our shifting climate. Join us as we delve into the impact of extreme weather on local communities, economies, and ecosystems, and examine how each city is adapting to an uncertain future. Let's take a closer look at how climate change is reshaping Alabama, starting with these key locations. 1. Mobile. Battling the rising tide. Mobile, Alabama, is a city that dances with the waves but sometimes gets caught in their fury. Nestled along the Gulf Coast, Mobile is highly vulnerable to rising sea levels and the increasing intensity of hurricanes. The threat of coastal flooding is no longer a distant worry but a present reality. As the sea inches closer, communities are grappling with the fear of losing their homes and livelihoods. Stronger storms bring not just wind and rain but also storm surges that can inundate streets and neighborhoods. The city is like a ship that must constantly adjust its sails to weather the stormy seas of climate change. With each hurricane season, the resilience of Mobile's residents is tested, as they brace themselves for the possibility of another destructive blow. 2. Montgomery. The heat is on. In Montgomery, the sun seems to burn a little brighter each year. Residents here are feeling the heat, quite literally, as increasingly intense heat waves make summers more unbearable. The sweltering temperatures are not just uncomfortable, they pose serious health risks, especially for the city's low-income communities. With limited access to cooling resources, these residents find themselves in the crosshairs of climate change. The oppressive heat can lead to heat-related illnesses, straining the healthcare system and impacting daily life. Montgomery's story is one of adaptation, as the community seeks ways to stay cool in a warming world. The challenge is not just to survive the heat but to thrive despite it. 3. Birmingham. Weathering the storms. Birmingham has become all too familiar with the sound of thunder rolling in the distance. More frequent and severe storms have become a new normal, bringing flash floods that test the city's infrastructure. Streets can quickly transform into rivers, posing dangers to both people and property. Public safety becomes a concern as emergency services are stretched thin during these extreme events. Birmingham's resilience is on display as the city works to strengthen its defenses against the unpredictable wrath of nature. The people of Birmingham know that while they cannot control the weather, they can prepare for it, ensuring that their community stands strong in the face of adversity. 4. Huntsville. Tornado Alley revisited. Huntsville is no stranger to extreme weather, but changing climate patterns have intensified the frequency of these events. Tornadoes and heavy rainfall are becoming more common, leaving residents on edge. The city's landscape is shaped by these powerful forces, as they carve paths of destruction through communities. Huntsville's story is one of survival and adaptation, as residents and local officials work to mitigate the impact of these natural disasters. The challenge is to build a city that can withstand the fury of Mother Nature, ensuring that its people remain safe and secure. In Huntsville, resilience is not just a word, it's a way of life. 5. Tuscaloosa. The heat of the matter. Tuscaloosa is feeling the heat as rising temperatures lead to longer and hotter summers. The impact on public health is significant, with increased cases of heat-related illnesses and a strain on energy resources. As air conditioners hum around the clock, the demand for electricity soars, putting pressure on the power grid. The city is like a pot on the stove, with the heat turned up and no sign of relief. Tuscaloosa's challenge is to find ways to keep cool while minimizing energy consumption, a balancing act that requires innovation and community cooperation. The people of Tuscaloosa know that the heat is on, and they're determined to rise to the occasion. 6. Gulf Shores. Battleground by the sea. Gulf Shores is a city caught in a battle with the elements. Coastal erosion and stronger hurricanes are threatening homes and businesses along the shoreline. The once stable sands are shifting, leaving communities vulnerable to the encroaching sea. The powerful storms that sweep through leave a trail of destruction, testing the resilience of those who call Gulf Shores home. The city's story is one of survival, as residents and officials work tirelessly to protect their slice of paradise. In Gulf shores, the battle against climate change is fought on the front lines, where the sea meets the land. The challenge is immense, but the spirit of the community is unyielding. 7. Dothan. Fields of uncertainty. In Dothan, agriculture is the lifeblood of the community, but climate change is rewriting the rules of the game. Prolonged droughts and unpredictable rainfall patterns are wreaking havoc on crops, leaving farmers in a state of uncertainty. The once reliable rhythms of the seasons have become erratic, challenging the traditional ways of farming. Dothan's farmers are resilient, adapting their practices to cope with the shifting climate. The community is like a ship navigating treacherous waters, with each decision carrying the weight of an uncertain future. Dothan's story is one of perseverance, as farmers work to ensure that their fields continue to bear fruit in the face of adversity. 8. Decatur. The river's story. Decatur's lifeline is the Tennessee River, a vital water source that is experiencing more extreme fluctuations in water levels due to climate shifts. The river's story is one of change, as it ebbs and flows in response to the forces of nature. These fluctuations have far-reaching impacts, affecting everything from water supply to recreational activities. For the people of Decatur, the river is both a blessing and a challenge, providing sustenance while demanding careful management. The city is like a mariner charting a course through unpredictable waters, seeking to balance the needs of the community with the realities of a changing climate. Decatur's future is inextricably linked to the river's story, a narrative that continues to unfold. 9. Auburn. Flooded ambition. Auburn is a city of ambition, but climate change is complicating its dreams. Increased urban development combined with climate change has worsened flooding issues in low-lying areas. The city's landscape is a patchwork of new developments and waterlogged streets, as communities grapple with the challenge of growth in a changing climate. Auburn's story is one of innovation, as residents and officials work to find solutions to the flooding problem. The city is like a puzzle, with each piece representing a part of the solution to a complex problem. Auburn's ambition is unwavering, as it seeks to build a future that is both prosperous and resilient. 10. Florence. Under the weather. Florence is a city under the weather, as warmer temperatures and increased humidity intensify mosquito-borne diseases and heat-related illnesses. The health of the community is at stake, as residents face new challenges in a changing climate. The city is like a garden, with each new threat requiring careful tending and management. Florence's story is one of vigilance, as public health officials work to safeguard the community from the impacts of climate change. The people of Florence are resilient, adapting to the new normal and finding ways to thrive despite the challenges. The city's future is bright, as it stands strong against the forces of nature.